legendary team. Let's take the time to revisit previous inductees. The 2018 induction into the legendary team category of the Tasmanian Football Hall of Fame is the North Hobart team of 1987 and also includes the premiership sides of 1989, 1991 and 1992.
North Hobart had always been such a successful club, and it had gone 13 years without success, and that was a long time, so they sort of felt like they were starved of success. And as the years sort of gathered momentum, you could sense that the community, or the North Hobart community, really embraced the team.
We were copping some hidings, and even as late as 1985, we got a belting from Clarence one day. I remember with Darren Perry, 180 something points. We're thinking, where are we going here? Like, how we turn this around?
Daryl, when he came in, he was great. So he came straight out of the VFL, AFL system. He created a sort of different training regime, new methods, some new players.
But it was the 87 season which changed the landscape in Tasmanian football. With the admissions of Burnie and Devonport from the northwest coast, the TFL was a truly statewide competition for the first time. And through the season, crowds flocked to watch the best players in the state go head to head.
And another nail in the coffin of the Magpies.
Teams we were playing against had good teams, and I look at the team of Glenorchy that we played in the grand final that year. I mean, there were some pretty good names in that team, and we actually won pretty convincingly.
We had a fit little bunch there, obviously with Perry and Devine and those sorts that were just ripe, I think, when Gary Davison recognised that and took us on.
I knew that we had a side good enough to win, but there's always that pressure you put on yourself to perform, so that was my biggest concern, to be honest.
The talent that was on the ground that day, there was about 7 players who went on to play AFL footy, and Glenorchy had some brilliant players, and so it was, of the flags we played in, it was probably the hardest one to win.
They had Andy Lovell, the great Danny Ling, John Klug, so they had lots of stars as well. David Pearce, that was a crack of a game. Peter Harmon at full forward kicked 7. David Gulick, centre half back, had an excellent game. Fluffy Sutton in the back pocket on Andy Lovell was awesome. Steve McQueen was at his best. Bradley Plain was elusive. Ross Christensen, everyone did their job. It was an incredible performance, really.
Steve McQueen and Bradley Plain just turned the game on its head.
It's spilt. McQueen has it though. McQueen snaps. He's put it through. Towards David Noble. Noble fires away down towards goal. Webster trying to drop back on it. It's still in play. It'll be a goal to you would not believe.
We won that 87 flag, which we just needed the belief, and we needed someone who believed in us and give us that confidence, to step up.
The next one in 89, we probably weren't as big favourites as what we were in 87, but we had such a good team as well. We always found a way to win.
They've fought it out well as the siren sounds, and North Hobart are premiers in 1989.
The perfect record, isn't it, John?
And there's Gary Davidson.
91, I'd say we probably really did deserve to win it. 92, we maybe could have won it, and I give that team a lot of credit because there are other teams in the competition probably that year were as good as us, maybe even better, but we found a way.
The 91 under 92 was completely different. We had a playing coach in Mark Yates. A lot of new players, and that was a fantastic time as well.
92, you look back, we started, Darren Creswell was playing then, Mark was playing. We ended up that year, Creswell had gone to Sydney to play. Mark was unable to play the later half of the year, so you take 2 pretty good players out of your team and we still found a way to win.
It was also a time of change for the North Hobart Football Club, with the appointment of former Geelong and Richmond player Tasmanian Gary Davison as coach. Davison inherited a very talented North Hobart team, many of whom had been developed under his predecessor, Daryl Sutton.
The work that Daryl Sutton had done previous to that with those players was a big factor in us winning. Look, Gary took us along to the next level.
The recruiting around the club through those years was sensational. Probably from 87 onwards we recruited what we wanted, not sort of anyone and everything.
Gary really did polished things up a bit and probably, you know, gave some more structure around where we're headed.
With him, you ran onto the ground knowing that you were totally prepared for what was to come.
It's like family. Yeah, people there treat you as a family member.
Great time, great club. Nice to see it back as the North Hobart Footy Club. So hopefully there's some more success for them.
You can be a chain car hanging on your chest. You can be a hero. You can be the world. You can become a champion.